All right, guys. So I tried to do like a screen share and show you guys some material, but it just wasn't working out. So to follow up on the last video, okay. So yesterday, um, about a half hour before Q started posting, I was live talking about voter fraud and interviewing veterans, and then all of a sudden, in came some intel that Q was going to post soon. And not only that, but exactly where he was going to post. Now, once I saw some of the terminology the guy used, I realized that he was legit. Now, I didn't know in which way he was legit, but I knew he was legit. I knew he was like a 4chan OG, as to say. So, anyways, when that happened, I looked into it and I fell asleep that night. Someone called me, woke me up, and said, Q has been posting since your last live. So I go and I looked at the posts. Now, the first one or two posts, those are like regular, like, checking the security of the site, as well as the second half of it is basically communications and securing the communications and making sure that the communications are secure as well. Okay, so that's what that code was. That I understand that code. I know that. Then came a flag waving, which I mean, personally to me was weird because it was May 27, 2011, which is 9 years to the day that I joined the Navy, which is crazy. I know I shouldn't even put that information out there, but I don't give a fuck because I don't have anything to hide. Anyways, so once I saw that, the next post showed exactly what I have been talking. How many times have I mentioned Durham from the Bulldog Durham from Connecticut, investigating Clapper and Brennan? Well, that's what that post was about. All right, so we posted on that. And then came a more cryptic quote. And that's what I was trying to show you guys, but for some reason it wouldn't let me do it. But if you go back, he puts a kill box, meaning like not parentheses, but he boxes it in, and it said 93, and then a space, and then DK. Well, what that represented was 93 days dark, because Q went dark from August 1st at 7:45 p.m. Zulu time until when he came back. Well, actually, there was even a second post where he actually wrote one other thing, which is also 7:45, and then all of a sudden at 7:45. By the way, both of those posts were 7:45 and 54 seconds. And then the post where he came back was on November 2nd, as I was live, and I got a heads up. Like I said, Red Pill News Dispensary was the first on it. We were the first ones to know because we knew a half hour before it even happened. Anyways, then at 7:54 and 53 seconds, which makes it exactly 93 days, it matches up with 93 days dark. Now, as far as rig for red or to red, that post, well, as somebody who is direct support to submarines, I hope you guys could take what I know. So, all right. First of all, he always used to talk about the hunt for Red October. Well, the ship that went after that ship was the USS Dallas. And what it did is it went to periscope level. Okay, so at periscope level, the sailor would use rig to red, meaning he would be able to see what's dark, which normally would be dark, was brought to light to the sailor. So that's one of my interpretations of it. I think that's like the main point he was trying to make, because not everyone knows Submariner stuff. So I think that's the main point. Is another quote he uses all the time: "Dark to light," because that's exactly what rig to red is. Basically, what the sailor would be doing. He would be uh, with the red light. It would turn the darkness into light that he could see. Now, also, that could be used as just for the public. The public are blind, but by shining that red light, that rig to red, all of a sudden, dark comes to light. You get it? If you guys don't believe me, look it up. I mean, we all have the internet. It's all right there. Um, so I find that extremely interesting. And another thing, Q is using the Q right now is using the same exact trip code that the Q was using before. And the fact that we found out, those of you who were there, a half hour prior, from somebody who knew Code Monkey, who said he will be back on. And not only that, but he will be back on the Q boards, not at 8chan, but at 8KAN, on the same trip code, with cryptic messages that I was able to break, which I just did. And it's unbelievable. I'm honored. I'm honored. Q obviously would have the access to know I had a clearance and that I've been honest the whole time. But that doesn't matter. What matters is getting the truth out to the people. And at the same time that this is all going on, where I'm trying to get the truth out, Adam has this BS videos about November 3rd, Seattle's gonna, be disintegrated or burned or whatever. Even though at the end he goes, but I don't believe it. Then why do two shows on it? All right. And why? That's one thing. All right. So you didn't know about Q. I mean, I guess they didn't trust you enough to give you that info like they did me. But that's fine. But why would you, when my subs and my wife and myself tried to write in your comment section, hey guys, Q is back, go to this website to see his posts, why would you delete that? You deleted mine. Then I went under my sports account. You deleted it again. Then Amanda was so excited, she wrote it. And she got to the top of your comment. She was the top comment with the most likes. And then you deleted her. And then a bunch of my subs tried to write about it. And you deleted them. So I guess you don't want to know nothing about Q unless $1,800 is involved. Huh? That's pathetic. And to be honest with you, I wanted to be nice with you and just say, hey, listen, you know the two people that you need to condemn, but I guess that's you kind of sending a message to me saying, not only am I not going to condemn them, but I support them coming to your house with a gun. I support them making up lies about women, elderly, children, disabled, terminally ill. You condone that. Okay. But then you silence your own audience from hearing the truth. It was the top comment. So unless you looked at the comments within the first like 20 minutes, you would have saw it. But after that, you're not going to see all the great intel that was displayed in his comments, because God forbid it didn't come from him. He was too busy talking about some made up bullshit distraction in Seattle. All right, because Seattle is this democratic, dying city where they fooled you. All right, they fooled you. Did anything happen? I know that you still have a couple more hours to go, so we'll give you that. Nothing's happening. Wake up. What was happening was Q came back and you silenced everybody. So anybody who wants to know the truth, go to qanon.pub to see all old and new. If you want to be part of the Q boards, go to go to 8, meaning the number 8, .net/Patriots Fight, and you will find the Q boards. Okay? So I just want to send that out to anybody who is in the unfortunate position of trusting Adam. And you just, Adam, you do it to yourself. All right? I'm not even trying to come at you, but you do it to yourself. I'm sorry that you're a bullshitter and, high level people in government don't want to work with you unless it's, in a nefarious way, obviously, with what you've been doing. And I told you, and another thing, did I not keep my word for over 6 months? Still to this day, I still haven't released the phone call that you consented to. I still haven't released the intel, the extra intel I had that I held. And I said, call by this time. Oh, and you called. You didn't call once. You didn't call twice. You called 3 times, bro. Because you knew I had the goods on you. And you talked to me, but you made the mistake of thinking you were smart when you're dealing with somebody who lets you talk and then throws it back at you. And I caught you in 3 different lies. Deny it. Go ahead. Because you consent to the phone call. I could just play it anytime. Just like I could have for this whole about 6.25 months. And that is nothing compared to what I have learned since. Back then, that was just you being a fake truther. What I've learned since, we're talking about something, you know, um, let's just say it borderlines take out the love of Love Mob. By the way, in the DSM-5, do you know what Love Mob is described as something extremely dangerous? There's so much literature on what you do because that's how you learn to do it. So try me again. Keep silencing my subs. Keep silencing my wife. Keep silencing me. When all we're trying to do is just we're not saying Adam sucks. Da, da, da. We're just saying, hey guys, I know that he really believes this November 3rd stuff enough to do 2 videos on it, but there's something bigger going on that you need to pay attention about. And you made sure that your audience didn't see that. Why is that? I mean, I got $1,800 in the bank. Will you let them listen to it if I give you that? I'm not even joking. I'll give you $1,800 if you let your audience hear the truth. And have I not been loyal? I made a truce with you, and you broke that truce about a month ago. Yet I still haven't released the intel, have I? So you should think of me as a stand-up guy. But the thing is, you hate me because you know at any moment I could drop it. But I haven't, have I? Because I try to give you a chance. I said denounce, shame, and harshly condemn the videos and actions of Road Back to Prison and Matthew Snaps. And you're good. You're good. But I haven't seen you done it. I haven't seen you do it. All I've seen you do is censor truth. The same truth that you were pushing for months upon months upon months. Except now that it's actually coming to fruition, you don't want it to be known because you're not getting paid. You're all about the fucking money. All right. When Q was like, kind of like, I don't know if it's real or not at the beginning, everyone's going to be questionable. That's why future proves past. The whole reason he did it was because the stuff we're seeing today, it's undeniable that Q was either real or artificial intelligence. It's one of the two. There's no way it was fake because all the intel came true. So it's either AI or a real group of, military intelligence officers, special forces, just a huge group, all working under the president who's Q plus. It's either that or AI because it's so much stuff has come true. It's undeniable. And for those of you who say otherwise, I bet you everything I know and everything I own that you didn't stay up every night for 2 years tracking Q and tracking what he was saying, like I did, because I know it all. Because I'm a patriot. And there's a lot of patriots that are in my audience right now who could say the same exact thing. They follow Q every night. And the fact that he's back on the 93rd day, when one of the last things he wrote was a kill box with 9-3 and then a space that, if you fill it in, exactly meets Days of Darkness and then the DK at the end. Huh? And you censor that from your audience because you were too busy talking about Seattle's gonna blow up. You see, if I was just always talking about Boston stories, that shows that I am just self-absorbed and I don't care about you. Now, yeah, I'll talk about like Boston sports, but I do that on a different channel. By the way, it's called Wise Guy Sports Betting and News. If you want to check it out. Tonight we actually had our worst week of the year, but it wasn't so bad. We basically broke even. Usually we win big. Anyways, that's not truth. You're just reading your own what I understand. You have a family, you want to I understand that. But if you're gonna to put it out to the world, you need to think of the world. If you're gonna just worry about yourself, then just keep that to yourself and speak to the people around you. Or put it in your. Yeah, go ahead. Keep hitting the flag. Keep flagging me. Like, am I lying? No. I'm just telling truth. Okay, they're just gonna keep on flagging me. So, because there's so many people talking, yet there's way more people in the room. They're gonna keep flagging me. So, whatever. If you guys don't like the truth, I don't know what to tell you. All right, if you guys want to keep acting like that and trying to flag me and shut me down, you'll never shut me down, and you know that. So you know what? If you guys would rather listen to conspiracy theory about Seattle blowing up or disintegrating today and all that, and ignore the biggest story in 93 days, then be my guest. I cared about you fool fags. That's why I tried to bring the information to you. And your dear leader kept deleting it. Then I went under my sports account, tried to bring it to you. He deleted it. Then Amanda said, "Well, they won't delete me." And they didn't for a minute. She was the top comment for about 15 minutes for those who saw it. And then they deleted her. And then my subs started writing, "Hey, guys, Q is back. You guys need to stop. It was just broken on Red Pill News Dispensary. And you guys deleted them. Now you won't even let me talk on my own stream? So, guys, just realize the optics. Know who's real and who's not. Oh, Susie Q, you were supposed to be removed a long time ago. Susie Q, good riddance. You've been a mole the whole fucking time. Bounce. You're not just not a mod. You're not. I don't block anybody. But you try to be a mod. You try to like suck up to me and be a mod and try to get buddy buddy with me. You know what happens? And I never ever block people. I'm known for that. I never block. But you? Yeah, you will never see this channel again. So good luck finding news over on the my fool goal. Okay? Good luck finding news over there. All right, he's talking conspiracy theory while Q just came back, and we're trying to break down Q, and they keep flagging down the video to the point where I can't talk. So I explained the first stuff. It was all security measures as well as security on their comms. Then he went on to talk about things like well, there was two different Twitters, but there was a lot behind it. And what he was trying to point out was when he had the hashtag with the 93 and then the space and the DK. Not many people really figured that out. I never figured that one out until it all made sense when it was 93 days of darkness. So it all made sense at that point. And when you fill it in, it matches perfect. So it's not a fake Q. He's using the same exact trip code. And it was broken here at the Red Pill News Dispensary. And Rip Curl, listen, I like you, man. So I hope you're not saying nothing bad. I like you. I know you are in the middle, but I'm fine with that. I made the mistake of trying to wake up people in Adam's community. I don't want them to sub to me. I just want to wake them up and let them know, like, hey guys, while he's talking conspiracy theory about the Simpsons said November 3rd, Seattle is going to burn and blow up, or whatever the bullshit conspiracy theory that makes us look bad as truth is, he was also hiding information from you that Q is back. Q also had it revealed through someone named Nicholas Brown to the Red Pill News Dispensary, and we broke it. And that makes him upset. You know, he should be happy, right? I used to watch him, right? Wasn't that the first place I was inspired by him and Richie from Boston. The only difference is I dealt with Adam, found out he was fake and called him out. I met Richie from Boston and found out that he actually lives the prepper life. He lives the life that he portrays. He really lives that life, and that's why I respect the man. It's not just because he's lives in Boston as well. No. If Adam lived in Boston and Richie from Boston was Richie from Washington, I would respect Richie from Washington and diss Adam from Boston. Because there's only one telling truth while the other one is compressing truth. And when he does give a hint of truth, he fabricates it and explodes it into this huge thing so he can profit. And that's a fact. And rode back to prison. Don't think that your funeral has been forgotten. I love making you sweat because you know that every single word that came out of your mouth. And snaps, I'm not even going to go hard on you, even though your videos were 10 times worse than his. And that really says something because his videos were bad. But at least you shut up. But it doesn't mean that I don't get to say, you got to say your say. And yeah, you deleted them. Well, guess what? Thousands of people saw them. All right, you guys saw Amanda yesterday. She looked like what he described. Of course not. They're liars. And that's why I'm going to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt as if we were in court. Because, I mean, I guess these days when people are willing to say anything, and people believe it, well, people are willing to say anything, okay, that's one thing. But when people believe them, just because they're connected to their dear leader, who is just as bullshit as them, if not more, well, I have to defend myself. And the only way I can defend myself is with the truth. And not just truth, but undeniable truth. And that is why when you have a station like Road Back to Prison, where it's nothing but lies, it is so easy to read their eulogy and give their channel a funeral, because all you have to do is prove everything he's ever said is a lie. You know how easy that is to do? The only hard part is compiling it all, because he knows he's a liar and he's deleted every single video. All right, like lately, yeah, he's deleted basically all videos, but even after that first video where he called me out and he was yelling at Kelly, he was yelling at Drop, and I called him. And once he heard that, hey, I'm not no paper tiger, like you get what you get when you see me. And when you get a phone call from me, it's gonna be fucking vicious if you're talking shit about fucking females. So he wouldn't even talk to me. He goes, hold, and puts me on hold. Because he's a coward. Same thing when we talk man to man. You guys heard that phone call from his side and my side. All right? Who let who talk? And when I tried to talk, he wouldn't let me talk, but I fucking got my point across, didn't I? And I'm not like perfect in every way. I'm not like trying to act like, oh, I'm always so awesome. No, no. But when it comes to these types of fools, it's not that easy to come out the victor every time. Let's just say that. You know, I thought Adam would actually kind of be smart and denounce them, like I told him to, but it looks like that's not going to happen. So, all right, Adam, you consented. I'll just drop exactly what you consented to, along with all of the intelligence that I was hoping you wouldn't um, do, denounce them, because all that research for nothing. Yeah, gotta just be careful. Military discourse can be a motherfucker. So can IP addresses. Stealing certain things. I can't say too much or I'll give it away and he'll try to block it up. But maybe some video footage you didn't get arrested for that's out there, stuff like that. Yeah, that type of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. And I gave you a chance, and you still have that chance, because they want to talk about my family. They want to talk about my 2-year-old daughter. They want to talk about my wife with cancer. Okay, and she still looks great. You guys saw her, but she's sick. You want to talk? You guys, you want to send minions on them? He called into your show and said, anybody who opposes you, I am going to their house with a gun. And you smiled, laughed, and condoned it. And you had a chance to kind of like reverse that, but instead you continued to support him. Because guess what? There's a mole in your midst. And it's not my mole, but I get the information just the same. And I know what you were doing behind the scenes. You were supporting them. You supported Snaps. You supported that psycho. Honestly, I don't even know what that guy rolled back to prison, trying to show up to people's houses where people's children play or lay their heads. That's why when I said, you ever come to Boston, dude, my brother's going to be there. He's going to pat you down. And then 15 seconds later, you're going to be in a pool of blood not from weapons, just from the hands, bro. All right. Somerville Boxing Club, Johnny Louise, heavyweight champion, same place I box. So just find out, bro. Find out. Call me a fucking liar. Street beefs, fucking, or we can make our own street beefs. All right. I have a video. I can get my buddy to bring a video camera. Come on, bro. You're so tough. Come on. I hate internet drama. I hate people talking like they're tough on the internet. But there's only so much you can take when they're talking about your daughter, your girl, and fucking with your job and your money and going after everything that is important to you. I mean, imagine one of you guys, someone called your job, tried to show up with a gun where your 2-year-old is sleeping, accused your wife with cancer of being things that he knew damn well were not true, yet he still went through with it. And there's evidence of that too. That's all going to be in the video snaps. And it's just going to make you look like the phony that you are. Despite you being quiet lately, there has to be a response. It's like you can't just delete a video and pretend that thousands of people didn't see it. There has to be a response to your fakeness and you claiming one thing when you knew exactly what the context was. She was sick and couldn't eat and was trying to smoke marijuana, and you made it sound like she was some fucking like crackhead or something, or meth head or whatever they had. We don't have, by the way, anyone from Boston. Tell me if I'm not lying. Up here, we don't have meth heads. It's not like a thing. We have crackheads, but meth isn't like a big thing out here. It's not like, I don't know, meth hasn't invaded out here like it has out there in Arizona with you. Makes me kind of curious of your Leatherface. Um, but yeah, another thing, WV. I thought we were cool. All of a sudden, you're talking shit. That's what you get. You try to be cool with people. I'm not gonna say anything bad about you. That's all I had to say. Thought we were cool. Now you're talking shit. Wow. I'm really surprised. Um, but yeah, so Q is back though. So there's a lot to be happy about. And trust me, I hate talking the negative stuff. That's why every day I try to bring you guys more and more truth. Um, I have so many videos lined up, and I still haven't even done the 5G video. That's one of the best ones. I can't wait. I got to do it tomorrow. I have to. But if one of these fools respond, I might have to take care of them instead. But yeah, the 5G video. We have an internet about cults, a survivor of cults. We have stuff on artificial intelligence. We have also stuff on quantum mechanics. We have so many shows that are ready to go. But the situation I find myself in with so many things going on at once and so much intel coming in, I just kind of go with what's time sensitive. And right now, what's time sensitive is Q is back. And he's not just back, but he has the same trip code and he proved it through the 93 days of darkness. And when you fill it in on post 3235, I'm almost positive that's the number. But if not, check the last video. I say the post number. Check it out. Fill it in. It'll come out to um, 93 Days of Darkness, which is exactly how long he was gone to the second. Now, those of you who follow Q for a while, when I say followed, I mean like stayed up and actually like participated and found stuff out and researched, you know he's legit. It's just a matter, like I say, is he artificial intelligence? So, any questions, anybody, about anything in the world? I don't want to. I'm not in the mood. Q is a cult. Okay. Potentially, if Q, I always leave open the chance that Q could be AI, because I know the science of today's world, and AI is so powerful that to rule it out, I would be foolish. So I always leave the possibility that Q is AI. And then that would mean that Q would form a cult in that example. But there's been so many real life situations that that's just not the way I lean. I lean to Q is legit. And I don't know. You got the news, or do you just watch YouTube? Check out the news. I know they're crooked, but check out like Fox News, even CNN. They can't deny it. If there's a hearing at Capitol Hill, they can't deny who's being heard. All right, Horowitz from Utah. Boom. Then the sledgehammer is going to be Durham from Connecticut. And I've been saying that. Anyone who watches my show, how long have I been saying that? Months. And what was Q's post? Durham. Exactly. And the fact that Durham was not appointed by Barr, he was appointed by Trump the same day that Q started his first post ever. Now, if you believe in that many coincidences, that's fine. Me, when I see coincidences like that, I know there's more behind it. All right, so any questions? Are the people who keep it alive and manipulate others to keep it going also imagine bad? No. Well, Rip Curl, there's stuff you don't know. Once I saw that she was blocking me from chat, I called her, and I'm just saying, all right, no big deal. I still love her. It's okay. She's just deceived. A lot of people are. Rip Curl, you are too. I mean, you're deceived by Adam. I get it. That you busted that great story. She didn't do anything until people started acting. And she said it wouldn't stand for any of that crap. Well, when they started doing that, she deleted me first and then started deleting them. That's all I know. All right. Do you think Q was inspired by the Q from Star Trek? I do not know. I am not like a Trekkie, as they're called. I know a lot of Trekkies, but I'm not one of them, so I can't answer that honestly. I attribute it to like Q clearance, but as far as Trekkie goes, I wouldn't be surprised because one of the biggest things that he's talking about right now is Comey and his Corn B2 cut, which I told you guys, Corn backwards is NROC, which is the National Reconnaissance, National Reconnaissance. What's the O? I'm trying to remember. National Reconnaissance Office Center, but that doesn't make sense. Should be something else. National Reconnaissance. Guys, you stop doing that. Anyways, NROC is corn backwards. Look it up. National Reconnaissance. Oh, Operations Center. Operations Center. So, Comey was talking about that. He's warning everybody that the Patriots took all the satellites over. The NROC, the National Reconnaissance Operations Center. And one of the symbols that NROC would use is like this old Sega Genesis game where it says, I don't quote me, but it's like broken English type stuff. It's like your bases to us belong now. So they wrote it like that, like the corn be to cut now. You know, it's referring to not actual corn. It's referring to NROC, the National Reconnaissance Operations Center. Okay? This is not like bullshit. This is stuff I've been working on and, spending a lot of time on despite getting no fucking donations at all. And that's fine. Because Adam, like, requires that stuff. I don't require it. It'd be nice if I got like one in a great while. But that's fine. Whatever. I'll just keep telling truth, and eventually, people will realize the truth. So, look that stuff up, and the exact thing that Q is referring to is Comey during that time. So check it out, guys. It's all check out for yourself. Like I said, if you want to see the Q boards, meaning like you can see anonymous talking about stuff, it would be eight, the number eight, and then net. I'm sorry, eight KAN.net, and then slash Patriots fight slash. Okay. What I look at, you can just see what Q writes only is QAnon, meaning Quebec Alpha November Oscar November dot Papa Uniform Bravo. QAnon.pub. All right, if you want to see each and every one of his posts, both old, like we're talking about right now, and new, like the ones he just posted that Adam made sure his audience couldn't see. I mean, it's unbelievable. You would think you would want your audience. That just shows he has such like a like a like a Napoleon. I don't know what it is. Like it's, if I don't break it, then no one does. I'm not like that. Like, if truth gets out, I'm happy no matter who it is, even if it's someone I don't like. If they put out actual truth that brings people closer to knowing what's really going on, I'm happy. That's why you don't hear me talking about what Snaps is doing lately, although putting a toilet bowl in your head and being a piece of shit for Halloween isn't exactly truth. But, he's not talking trash at least. He's not really capable of giving real truth. Neither is rolled back to prison. I mean, he basically just talks about prison and talking shit. I mean, that's about as far as he goes. Adam, he attempts to talk truth, but instead he talks conspiracy theory, probably because he's bought and paid for. You know, if I gave him $1,800, he'd be all over the Q shit. That's a fact. Ask us in Nemos. And Adam, all I'm doing is just keep repeating the old intel I have on you. You better. And I'm saying it like serious. You need to denounce those two clowns for what they talked about families, elderly, children, terminally ill people. Like they did some disgusting stuff. And I'm not just saying one sentence. I'm saying like a video just for that, denouncing, shaming, and shunning the two of them. If you don't do that, well, then I'm just gonna do what I should have done this whole time. Instead of keeping a truce with somebody who has no honor, I kept a truce with you for over 6 months and didn't release any of it. But if you have no honor, I'll release it, along with everything else I've learned since. And Dex, by the way, good try. And RTP, one thing I will say is he does deserve an Oscar for his performance. Don't worry, buddy. I won't say anything further than that. It'll be in the funeral of your channel video. All right, questions? I'm looking for questions here. Questions, taking questions here. Red Pill News Dispensary. Place that broke the Q story, taking the questions here. There's a reason they came to us and not these fake channels. And I don't want to sound too much like, because I'm a Christian and I don't want to like sound too prideful or boastful. But you guys know the type of stuff that they've said, and it's pretty gross. All right, about Amanda, about my child, about calling my job, trying to take away my livelihood. You know, luckily I'm clean as a whistle, have nothing to hide. But let's say I wasn't, I would have lost my job. That's not cool. But questions, please. Dex is a Fed. I highly doubt it. Only because I think the Feds are interested in Dex. I don't know that, but if I found it, the Feds found it. Put it that way. And what I found was fucking damning. And it's not necessarily directly on Dex. It just would make sense that Dex has something to do with it. That's all. And Adam, like I said, keep not saying anything, and I'll just put it all out there, and people can make their own decisions. People deserve to know the truth. I want to know the truth, but I'm giving you a chance because you have a family, and I don't want you to lose like 50% of your viewers. I want you to just have viewers who use discernment and call you out when you're being bullshit, like you were today, talking about some conspiracy theory while Q was reemerging. I guess Q means nothing now? Hold on, let me get some money. Get some money. Hold on, let me find some money. Then do you care? Fucking clown. It's like the mafia. The people who come to you with a smile, hey, yeah. Oh yeah, we love you. Yeah, the love mob. Guess what? Love mobs are in the DSM-5. As is groupthink. All right, it's old news to any. You take a psychiatrist and have them watch Adam, and they will call him the biggest narcissist they've ever seen in their lives, and that's a fact. Well, to say it's a fact is difficult because I can't speak for someone who is made up that I just made up. But trust me, I mean, a real serious psychiatrist that is up to date on the DSM-5. I have an associate's, but I have the knowledge of a bachelor's on psychology and groupthink, and I didn't even know about this stuff, but I ended up finding the literature through great mods and subs and just people in general, people from your channel even, about love mobs and how dangerous that is, about that us against them mentality that it creates, about groupthink. Like, it's very dangerous, and it's in the DSM-5. Get to learning, boy. I mean, Adam, one thing I know is you're not stupid. So I know you know what you're doing. I just don't know if you know that it's already a classification as an illness in the DSM-5, exactly what you're doing. Oh, but Red Pill, that's how you got your channel. No, I said, watch me first. If you like me, then subscribe. And just in case there were any people left over that didn't hear that, I made sure to put out a video about you, which I re-put out a couple days ago. It was nothing new. That was from May 1st, what I put out a couple days ago. I didn't put out any of the new intel because I'm trying to give you a chance. But I put that out a couple days ago. And when I put that out May 1st, 300 people left. So to me, that was all of the hardcore Fugal fam that basically they're just like, eyes shut, ears shut, mouth shut, all about Adam, and that's it. Forget the truth. But I also gained 200. That's why I never fell below 1,000, despite dissing you and calling you out for what you are. All right. So one more person says that. Think about that. I said, only subscribe if you like me. Then I dissed him in a way that anyone who likes him or, is only about him and only came to me because of him would leave. And 300 did. But 200 also joined. And since then, I've doubled in 6 months. Not through scaring people, but just telling the truth. Try it sometime. You get a big channel, and if you actually told the truth and were honest and stop selling people shit that won't help them if shit hits the fan, you could be much much bigger than what you are. But you're not capable of that. Because the reason you got big was through the bullshit. So you're kind of stuck in your ways, I guess. Any questions? All right, I'm gonna stop and wait for any questions, whether they're from people who want to talk about Q, if you want to talk about me, you want to talk about Adam, you want to talk about Snatch, you want to talk about Road Back to Prison, you want to talk about quantum mechanics, you want to talk about if you want to talk about 5G, if you want to talk about anything, please ask questions. Or anything I didn't name. Anything under the sun or above the sun or in the sun, ask away. I don't delete and all that shit. Um, how do you fix a snapped sausage maker? Well, I can answer that. Wherever you bought it, you go there. You try to act like maybe you bought it that way, but that might be hard to do. So you just buy another one. That's the answer to that. Quantum mechanics. Yeah, do you have a question about that? Because I know all about it. I effed it up bad. Yeah, you're gonna have to buy a new one, Serenity. That's my answer to that. What's going on with Q? What's going on with Q is that he returned. Um, I mean, in the most like weird time, like I was just trying to prove the voter ID fraud going on here in Massachusetts, which I did prove. And then all of a sudden, someone came on and said, Q's coming back, and he's coming back on this site. And he did. And not only did he, but he provided enough proof that it was him, including the same trip code. And he filled in an old riddle, the 9-3 with the DK. That really, when you fill it out, it's 93 days of darkness. So that happened with Q, as well as what was the other thing? So he did that, and then he also talked about what was it? What was the first? Well, that was like the big one, but I'm trying. There was another. Anyway, if you want to see though for yourself, go to qanon.pub. If you have any questions after reading what you see there, come to me. And just make them a little more specific, please. No questions, just ramble about quantum mechanics. All right, I'll do that. All right, so like the most right now we have like regular computers that are binary and it's ones and zeros. Well, picture like dice and you roll the dice. And basically, with quantum mechanics, you can have not just ones and zeros, but a zero can be a one, but it could also be a zero. And there's basically like a infinite possibilities of ones and zeros because zeros can be ones, ones can be zeros. Okay, that's confusing. I understand. But basically, what it proves is that there are other dimensions that are slightly different yet exist in a different plane. Now, probably the most successful way of showing that is the D-Wave quantum computer. The D-Wave quantum computer, every model they come out with is exponentially more powerful than the one before. Like for instance, if you have the 1024, the next one up was the 2048, and then after that comes the 5096, which is where I think they are right now. Although I've heard from other people that they're even higher than that. And what that does is it takes a quantum, a qubit, well they call them qubits anyway, by the way. And but they take this chip and they bring it to as close to absolute zero Kelvin as you can get. It's colder in that machine than it is in outer space. And that slows down the electrons to the point where they can actually get results. And that's how the D wave computer, quantum computer works. Um, so that's kind of the gist of it. Um, Anything else? Are you a pilot wave theory kind of guy? No, but I have looked into it, and I just no, I'm not though. But then again, I'm not a physicist, so there's that. What kind of woman are you looking for? The type of woman that have stayed by my side for 6 years through thick and thin. That's the type of woman. Um, and she's in the next room. That type of woman. Now, what else? How you were in school and how you got so smart. I'm not that smart. I don't know. Am I? I don't know. I don't think I'm that smart. I'm not. I'm not genius smart. No way. I'm just regular. I don't know, like college level, I guess. I just had opportunities in my life to have a top secret clearance. I got an associate's in psychology. Now I'm just finishing up my associate's in communications and then going for my bachelor's because I'm doing sports radio. Because I'd rather do something I love. Psychology was something I loved as well, but there was no money in it. Um, how I got so smart. I'm not really not that smart. I do a lot of research. Trust me. Do a lot of research and you can sound smart. Doesn't mean that you're some genius. Change our country, and why doesn't he do like someone like Brian at high impact? Fire truth and freedom in the hearts of all and start making it a game and start a revolution. I agree, Rip Curl. What you just said, just let me repeat that. Try to light a fire of truth and freedom in the hearts of all and start making it a game and start a revolution. That is what I'm trying to do. But it's hard to do that when Adam has such a big audience. I tried to fill them in and he deleted my comments, my sport channel. I tried to do under that. He deleted those comments. Then Amanda was like, well, he won't delete me. And she didn't get deleted for a while. And she made it to the top of his comments with the most likes. In fact, there's screenshots of it. If somebody wants to share a screenshot, I know a bunch of you got the screenshot of she was the top comment. Then he deleted that. Then he started deleting my subs who try to say anything. So yeah, yeah, I can't stand that either. But everything you just said, Rip Crow, yes, that's what I'm trying to do. What else? Negotiator? Why was it? I've always known negotiator might be. What is he going to sleep? Whatever. Okay, so okay. I already answered that. Nerd talk. Well, you understand, right? And I mean, and think about CERN. And have you seen the Gotthard Tunnel ceremony? It's literally a rewriting of Revelation. It has the devil, it has the pregnant woman, it has the woman in the forest, it has the devil taking the baby from the pregnant woman, yet in this version, the devil wins because, we're on Earth and this is devil's domain. And all the presidents of all the powerful countries were there clapping. They knew exactly what they were looking at. So, for those of you who don't think there's a God, if the elites who know all the secrets of this world believe in a God, even though it's a lowercase g God, you should believe in the uppercase G God. Let's just say that. That's how I look at it. Oh, what kind of woman? Oh, okay. A girl who will call me out if I'm out of line. A girl who is capable of being a big mother, and you know, like looks is somewhere in there, but it's not in the top three. It's like four or five. The looks. Um, and I guess the last thing I would say is somebody who I can have a like intellectual conversation with. Um, that's how we go. As far as race, gender, anything like that, no, it doesn't matter. Politics doesn't matter. Me and her have different politics. Religion, we have different views on religion. I would wish that was one of them, but it's not. So obviously, it's not a requirement. I don't know if you're just messing with me, but those are the correct answers to your question if it's fake, real, or not. I don't know. Did our military use 5G voice to skull against the enemy to surrender? Um. Oh, you know that gas station, the Gulf? Yeah, I was back in the Gulf. If you get that, okay? Yeah, I was over there. I had to get gas in the Gulf. Yeah, I hope you understood that. I think I laid it on pretty thick. I made it pretty obvious. um, buy me some reading glasses. Why would I miss? Says someone else about what? Oh, you weren't talking to me. Oh, okay, okay. Hold on. This is funny. So I read, what kind of girl are you looking for? And because I just asked for questions, right? So I start describing the type of girl, and I'm basically describing the girl I'm with, right? But the question wasn't meant for me. See, I mean, it was an honest mistake, but that just shows how much of an idiot I am. So, yeah, so that was good. So that question was meant for someone else. Hey, whoever that was meant for, you better answer that question quick, because sounds like somebody's interested. I know, Joe. I know you would. I just didn't know if other people would. But you know what? Like I said yesterday, I really honestly believe I have one of the most intelligent audiences. Anthony Patch has a very intelligent audience, but they sometimes are so smart they're stupid. Kind of like when I used to do work for Harvard and MIT kids. Well, more so Harvard than MIT, but like Harvard kids. These guys were so smart. They were so smart. They were like dumb when it came to like just regular like life stuff. It was so weird. At a very young age I learned that some of the smartest people in the world are extremely stupid when it comes to common sense. I learned that at a young age working at Harvard, moving them in and out. But that's pretty funny. She said the guy's name? No, she didn't. Did she? hold on. I gotta see this because this is funny. Here I am talking like, a girl can have an intellectual conversation, and looks. It's not in the top three, but it's definitely like number four. I'm such a retard. See, so for whoever asked the question, how are you so smart? I'm not that smart. Okay, so anyways, let's see it. This question. Oh, that's awesome, man. Trolls, here's your chance. Record the last 5 minutes. Let's see. Um, how do I get a girlfriend? Be yourself. And I know that that's a very corny, generic thing to say, but the reason it's like kind of generic is because it's true. If you're yourself, go to places where you don't ever conform to a woman. You guys should just kind of melt into each other and just get each other. And if you're not yourself, then they're gonna figure it out real quick that you're not what you're portraying. So I would say just be yourself. I don't know if that was a serious question. How do I get a woman? But that is the truth. Be yourself. All right, I want to see this question because that is funny as that's so funny. Okay, hold on. Oh, it was Lady of Fork, right? What was it? What makes you sure that there's even the original Q and it's not just someone picking Rip Curl? I am not sure. That is why I am sure that it's real intel. Now, am I sure that it's legitimately Q? No, I think it is, but I have always left the door open that it's actually AI. Especially because AI, like the way it works is like in questions, and Q works in question form. So, you know, the way, you ask a bunch of questions, and then a bunch of patriots start giving them answers, start doing research and giving it answers. I could see how it could be AI. Yet at the same time, I have seen Q be very like human like. But then again, we don't really know how far AI has advanced. We think we do, but we don't. It's classified. Um, it's it's the future, so it's heavily classified. It's like who is going to have the stronger AI machine, us or China? So there's a chance that it's just AI. So that's my answer to that, Rip Curl. Has he posted more since last night? Not to my knowledge. But what he posted last night was eye opening. All right, so I answered that. Are you a pilot? All right, so I answered that. Why do I keep getting like all big? What's going on here? I'm trying to make myself small again. Although, what a beautiful logo, despite that loss tonight. But I'm happy we lost like that. We were winning. We were blowing out teams in the first quarter. We needed to get kicked in the teeth to wake up and realize that we can't just beat every team by 30 points. So I was happy that happened. And by the way, if Iggy's in here, the Steelers, they finally had a win that impressed me. I mean, beating the Dolphins does not impress me, but their win today impressed me. So Elmel and Iggy, I give you guys props on your team today. They played very well. All right, so let's see. Did she though? I didn't see a name at the beginning of the question. I just want to know who the guy is because I'm gonna put him on the spot. I can't find it. How do I get a girlfriend? I read that. What kind of child? What kind of child were you? I was like a very wild child. Oh, so I'm assuming because Holly kind of answered. I'm assuming you were talking to Holly. So my bad, Holly. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious after the fool I just made of myself that I had no idea that Lady of the Fork was, looking at you, not me. Rawhide, and I am sure Q will surface as a call in one night mysteriously. Well, he just did resurface yesterday. That someone in chat is AI, say something factual but in a humorous way. AI can't understand humor. That's true, Joe. There's a lot of tricks to kind of mess with AI. Um, and that's the thing, though. I've seen Q be humorous. I've seen him like understand like human type jokes. But someone asked me, do I think Q would, and I said I think it's a team of intelligence officers, special operatives, contractors, as well as the president as Q plus. But I open the door. I leave the door open that it could be AI. I always have because I understand how unbelievable the power of AI can be. And the fact that so many people are aware of Q, it's either setting up for the big D class or it was AI all along. And that's the only two options I give because I did too much. So there's nobody that could like put out that much intel. There's no way. So I just don't without getting shut down. There's no way. So it's either real or AI. That's all I gotta say. Authenticity is a must. It is. Oh my god, you're getting all big. Any other questions, guys? Or did I miss any? Yeah, that's a good one. Guys, if you didn't hear what Joe said, let me read it. If you suspect that someone in chat is AI, say something factual but in a humorous way. AI can't understand humor. So for instance, you say you know, I really just wish you Q fags would stop messing and flagging the stream. It's just gonna make me say more worse things. I'm not even talking about you guys. You guys are still flagging it. Anyways, now I lost my. Oh yeah. So Joe said, say it in a humorous way. AI can't understand humor. So for instance, like we were talking about D wave. If I said, yeah, the D wave quantum, computer. I wish I catch that. I wish I was there for, you know, to be there for that. The wave. Something I don't know. It's a lame joke, but whatever. A lame joke, even. It's still supposed to be humorous. They won't understand. Um, you know. Or if I said before it, I'm about to take you on a ride on D wave, like whatever. I tried it again, so bad, but AI wouldn't get it. But then again, I don't think most humans would get that joke. It's just that lame. But if you guys had a better example, please put it out there. Anyway, any other questions? Matt, I have a question. I know you are a sports fan and reporting loop. I've heard sports are all fixed. Makes sense to me that it's all staged too. All right. I do not believe that sports are fixed. Although I did find it very interesting that it was the Patriots with the GOAT against the Rams, and AKA a lamb, the GOAT and the lamb. So that was alarming, but I think it was a coincidence. When you see the way these guys play, it's a game of inches, and they're 300-pound men killing each other on the field. I don't see how that can be fixed. Other sports we've known have been fixed. There was a baseball World Series that was fixed. There's been basketball games that were fixed. But as far as football, I just don't see it because in order for it to be fixed, you have to let another man beat the shit out of you. I just don't see it. And you see the effort they put. I don't see it. But I know what you're getting at. Like, I'm a truther, yet I'm into sports. Well, I grew up running numbers in Somerville, so it's just something I know. I mean, we all have a way that we make money in the world, right? That's my way. Um, you know, unless you were left a bunch of money and come from a rich family, if you have a child, you have to make money, you know? So I make money. And I do enjoy sports. All right, what else? I feel bad for those guys. Yeah, all you have to do really is go through all of his videos and read all the ridiculous titles. And then come back to me that one that came true. Go back through. Seriously, go back through. All of his ridiculous titles. Whether it's about earthquakes, uh, Cascadia, aliens, Q, like his version of Q, all his titles. Come back to me that one. Ask Cardia. About 3 months ago, I was gonna talk about that group, and I said, you know what? This is so lame. I'm not gonna talk about it because it's just kind of corny. And last week, he did a whole show on it. I was like, wow. When I ever saw the title for that, I was like, wow. I wouldn't even touch that story. And he has, you know, 100,000 more subscribers than me. More than that. 100,000 times more. Like he has like 200,000 more subscribers than me. And I wouldn't touch that because I'm not going to give you guys bullshit. Ascardia does exist, yes. But come on. Let's be real. It's a bunch of Silicon Valley Trekkies. I can't believe he went with that story. But actually, I can believe it. Epstein is alive. Um, do I think Epstein's alive? If I'm being honest, no. No. Um, unless the Mossad rescued him, but no. And plus, I had a source that confirmed to me he was dead, and that source is never wrong about anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything. Like they've never been wrong. And we're not talking like once a month. Like, they talk to me often. And they always give me good intel. Um, anything else, guys? Clinton in a blue dress. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He even had that girl who's the one who brought him down, a picture of her. How do I say this? With her hands on her private, naked, underage. As soon as you walk in his front door, it's like a huge blown up picture of that. And Prince Andrew was there looking at it, Clinton, all of them. I don't care if from the UK, US. Listen, we've all been fooled. But it's an awakening that's upon us. And people like Adam that are after money, they're not going to catch it. They're going to miss it. They're going to be too busy talking about November 3rd, Seattle's going to, I don't know, what was it, blow up or melt into the ground or, disintegrate. I don't know what the bullshit date setting story was. It's all bullshit. But while he's doing that, Q came back. And you would think he'd appreciate that I even took the time to try to let his audience know. But instead, he deleted me, my girl, and my subs. He doesn't want you guys to know the truth. Why? Why? I don't get it. I would never, ever hide the truth from my fans. I don't care who it comes from. Yesterday, you know who broke? Like, all right, I reported it first, but you know who gave me the information? Nicholas Brown. If you guys want to look him up, somehow he knew, and he agreed for me to say his name as well. Yeah, he was a professional. That's what he did. That for the Mossad. One of the things the Mossad does, it's almost like what the Russians do. They put you in compromised positions and then they own your ass forever. That's how they operate. And it sounds very simple, and it is very simple, but it's extremely effective. I mean, you could buy someone's word forever. Some people, you don't even need to have compromised information. $1,800 will do. I know I'm going at you hard, but that's because you should have never tried to hide the truth from your audience. I think that's lame. I think that's borderline, not even borderline. I think that's fucking flagrant, bro. Anyone who's a Fugle fan, just know he was hiding the truth that Q had come back from you guys. So you guys are all behind the curve while everyone's been studying it for a whole 24 hours now, over 24 hours. Any other questions? All right, well, this is another stream, another day. Remember to dream. Red Pill News Dispensary. Take care, guys. And RTP, I mean RB, meaning back to prison channel. Your funeral is still coming, but keep sweating. I like the way you sweat, boy.